So I watched Kirk Cousins walk into that building right behind me, getting ready for his physical. That is part of the day before he even signs his contract. And then right after that, I saw Falcons assistant general manager Kyle Smith walk over. He looked at me and he said, "This is a great day. This is an exciting day." We are going to hear from Kirk Cousins. Time of that is to be determined, but it will be sometime tonight. Welcome back, everybody. We continue with our breaking news as the Falcons are close to hiring Raheem Morris as their next head coach. A league source tells me the two are nearing a deal right as we speak. The Falcons talked with 14 candidates, and their choice is Morris. He spent the last 3 seasons as the Rams defensive coordinator after 6 years here in Atlanta.
Happening right now on Sports Extra, full swing. We had actual Braves games this week, spring training games, but still real baseball. Our thoughts so far 2 weeks into camp down there in Florida. On the road, Raheem Morris will be in Indianapolis this week for his first combine as the Falcons head coach. What we want to see from the new leader of the Dirty Birds. Down and out, the Hawks keep running into roadblocks, and now they'll be without Trae Young for the foreseeable future. Is there any way to save this season? Plus, it is race weekend in the A. We're going to have a report from Atlanta Motor Speedway and so much more. Sports Extra, it is busy. It starts right now.
All right, we are just 2 days away from the Georgia Bulldogs taking on the undefeated Florida State Seminoles here in Miami Gardens at Hard Rock Stadium behind me. And you know what's really rare? Talking to the Georgia coordinators, and that is exactly what happened this morning. Mike Bobo, the offensive coordinator for the Bulldogs, talked with the reporters about a little bit of everything from his relationship with Kirby Smart to what exactly went wrong for the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC championship game against Alabama.
Happening right now on Sports Extra, it is officially camp season. The first week of training camp is in the books for the Falcons. We're talking all about the frenzy surrounding the Dirty Birds. Roller coaster week, from getting swept to getting their 9th sweep of the season. The Braves are still the best team in baseball with less than 48 hours until the trade deadline. What should the Braves do? We've got some ideas for you. And mustache mania. Arthur Smith went viral this week when he debuted this stash. So we've got our panel talking, yes, mustaches today. Trust me, you don't want to miss this episode. Sports Extra starts right now.
You got an up-close view of that champagne celebration in the Braves clubhouse. We knew you were going to be there today.
Yeah. Can you tell? I mean, look at my goggles, and what a great place to do it for the Braves, right? This is the place where their season ended last year, and now they get to flip the script, and they win their 6th consecutive division title against an NL East foe. It was such an incredible atmosphere inside that clubhouse, so I want to take you inside and talk to the guys who know it best and had a lot of fun. Travis, you've done this quite a few times. So what makes this particular division title special?
Scott, let's talk about the first-round pick, Bijan Robinson. When I saw this kid, I said, this is Arthur Smith's favorite guy on the planet. What did you think about him? Look, you said use your skill sets and use your talent. I know you can play a little receiver, which is a big thing for Arthur Smith, running backs that can also catch the ball. Yep. How beneficial can that be for this offense? I think a lot of people like Bijan a little bit more than they want to admit because they don't want to say that a running back should go that high. For me, I'm going to go A- just because I do think they did address both sides of the football, and that was the need going in. And really the line of scrimmages where games are won and lost, and the Falcons needed help. I think they addressed that.
You know, the Braves have been playing really good baseball as of late. They're winners of 3 straight, and yes, they are trying to close out this short 2-game series against the Boston Red Sox with a sweep should they win tonight. It's a little bit of a wacky game here at the ballpark. The Braves don't do this often, but they are going to the bullpen. It will be a bullpen game on the mound, and yes, a very big piece is coming back. All-star Travis d'Arnaud, he will hit 7th in this lineup, and he will be back behind the plate. It's been about a month since Travis has played in a Braves uniform. If you remember back in April, he was involved in that collision at the plate where he suffered a concussion. He did tell me, though, he's felt good for quite a while. Hey, J. Bell, yeah, I have made it to Citizens Bank Park, and the Braves could do something really special this evening. They could win their 6th straight division title. That is something that has not been done in this organization since the 90s into the early 2000s. And when you walk around the clubhouse, as I did just about 20 minutes ago, the Braves know that it is a very real possibility tonight. The guys aren't just actively focused on it because they know it is a when, not an if situation for this club because of how big their lead is in the NL East. When Kennesaw State did not see their name come off the board on Selection Sunday to face Indiana, there was an audible frustration in that arena, and that's only because they wanted redemption against a team that they had on the ropes on the road earlier this year, but instead they drew 3-seed Xavier, which will be a challenge in and of itself. The Musketeers hold one of the highest scoring offenses in basketball this season. They also have basketball history on their side, but the Owls, they are a team who have always believed that they can beat anybody. Quickly for me, I want to point
point out a run play from Desmond Ridder here. He had a lot of teachable moments in this game, but I liked this particular play because 3rd and 10 in the second quarter, he escapes pressure and scampers 19 yards to the Lions' 36-yard line. Why do I like this? Well, it shows composure in the pocket and ability to make things happen on his own. You saw that several times from him in the ballgame, particularly here. I like that you don't normally see this from a rookie. He's not scared, and he needs to not be scared because he's going to be running for his life, I think, quite a lot this season.
We really thought today was going to be a much different story when talking about the Hawks, right?
Hey, ladies, yeah, for sure. I mean, this morning for the Hawks, it was all about their new draft picks and introducing them to the franchise for the very first time. And literally less than 2 hours after I left the practice facility, the news came out that after years of speculation, Atlanta Hawks forward John Collins would be traded. And shortly after the news came out, I did confirm that he is in fact on the move. He's headed to the Utah Jazz, and in return, the Atlanta Hawks will get Rudy Gay.
Players have already been really outspoken about what they think is going to happen on the defensive side of the football. Specifically, they got a new coordinator, Ryan Nielsen, who everyone that talks about him believes in what he's told them so far. He's getting his hands on these defensive players. He said physicality, and he wants to see violence from this defense. You think that side of the ball can really get that much better next season?
I think it can get better for a couple reasons.
You brought up 2010, and considering Wimbledon is going on, I'm sure a lot of people that see you love to bring up that 11-hour marathon back in 2010. Yeah. What do you remember most about that one? Hey, welcome back, everybody. Time now for our favorite segment we like to call Grant's Game Changers. Grant is back with us in studio to give you a couple of things that you need to know about the Braves, and very quickly. Let's start with a guy who there was a lull with him at some point in the season where a lot of people were thinking, where did he go? He's back and kind of with a vengeance, Michael Harris. There's something unbelievable about what happens to players when they leave Oakland and come to Atlanta. You've got two guys that are just unbelievable right now in a Braves uniform. What can you say about both Matt and Sean?
Alex does a wonderful job with his team and recognizing talent.
This team obviously has momentum, even though it's very early in the year and you got to make it all the way until October. But how can this team continue that momentum? Forever known as the upset kings of October and a team that had an unstoppable, joyful run. Those are just a few of the things that President Joe Biden said to the 2021 World Series champion Atlanta Braves. And this was a trip to Washington, D.C. that this team will never forget. The president even cracking jokes on the Phillies, a team that the Braves beat on Sunday night. And this experience was so cool for the Atlanta Braves that they are hungry to do it again.
Let's go, Hank. Come on in here, Hank. That's fine. You walk in front of us. That's fine.
Oh, do I get him? Yes! We have dogs. Hank is here to celebrate the dogs winning another national championship. Oh, hello, Hank. You're such a good boy. Back-to-back national championships, and this one in your home state. What does this one mean to you, Kendall?
It means the world to me, being able to come back home and score in front of my family, score in front of my friends, just, be back in California in big games. This means the world because this is something that, I dreamed about since I got back here, just even if it's not in Cali, just getting back on the West Coast and playing. So this is really a dream come true.
One of the things that you and I talked about earlier this week is that you have had to be patient in this offense. You've been patient. It paid off here. It's paid off so far for you. What can you say about the journey that it ends here, back-to-back national title? Georgia and Ohio State meeting up for the first time in a decade with a trip to the national championship on the line. Violence and physicality, those are two of the adjectives that these two head coaches described when they talked about what they thought this matchup would actually look like. You look at Ohio State, they got embarrassed by their rival Michigan, and they missed a trip to the conference championship, so you better believe they will have a lot of motivation heading into this matchup with the Dogs tonight. Georgia, on the other hand, they don't really have a whole lot to prove in this game. They are undefeated. They have no doubt been the best team in college football so far this year. They won their first SEC championship for the first time since 2017, and they will be ready come a couple hours from now. But both of these head coaches said there's just a couple of key things when it comes to winning tonight. Media Day at the National Championship is where we get the opportunity to talk to both TCU and Georgia players and coaches, whoever we want. It is the most fun day of the year, especially because we get these guys to open up a little bit. And today I wanted to know how well the Dogs know the Dogs.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting it.
Okay, confidence is up. What junior college did Stetson Bennett go to?
It's in Mississippi. It's in Mississippi. Jones?
Jones! 1 for 1.
Dang, I forgot it, man. We were just talking about it. I can't think of it right now. Dang.
Need to phone a friend?
Yeah, phone a friend.
Okay.
Hey, Jack, where did Stetson go to JUCO?
Jones College.
Let's go. All right, he helped you out. Phone a friend. Phone a friend worked. How many UGAs have there been?
8.
Darnell, you're struggling.
8 or 9. 12.
Okay, it's not any of those things. You got to get.
10.
Oh, 10. Great job.